Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, PICA workers arrested. Workers at the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency are reportedly restive over the reclassification exercise at the agency and are contemplating strike action. The workers, including immigration personnel, reportedly became disgruntled after receiving their October pay this week and learning that junior and senior workers in the different departments have been lumped together and have been placed at the same level on the same scale regardless of qualification, tenure, and performance. The workers are calling for the immediate intervention of the Prime Minister and the National Security Minister, according to one worker. We are going to do everything that is legal, and if the Transformation Implementation Union in the Finance Ministry don't meet with the union to revert what was done, we're definitely going on strike, the worker vowed. According to another disgruntled employee, the vast majority of immigration officers have maxed out the level 4 scale as they have been there for years and were promised that they would be moved to the level 5 scale so that their payment would be in line with their counterparts in other agencies. Category 5 have 13 points, and reportedly it was agreed that the workers would be moved to at least a 5.4 on the scale. What we found out yesterday is that officers who have been there 20 years, primary officers, were moved after this exhaustive wage negotiation 1 point on the scale, the very first point of a 13-point scale, rather than be at the 4th point, which is well overdue and well deserved. They're starting us at the first point. This basically breaks the spirit of the wage negotiation, and we haven't really got a real raise, a worker shared. People had a sleepless night last night when they found out, the worker continued, noting that staff morale is very low and that shells of bodies are moving around. The workers expressed the view that the restructuring exercise was deliberately sabotaged and have accused the acting head of the agency, Garth Williams, of knowing about the decision and keeping it from the workers and the union. Every time we, the staff, especially the immigration department, is expecting a benefit, is like a monkey wrench is thrown in at the last minute, like a sabotage, one worker said. How can you not correspond with our union to let them know what the finance ministry has agreed on? How can you agree to a first point on a 13-point scale for a collection of staff who have been working for so long, the worker questioned. The worker is contending that the reclassification is unfair to the workers and that many of them, especially those who are considered senior, are at a disadvantage. We see PICA as an agency that does not care about its staff. They act as if it's their private business. They ensure that they get exorbitant salary increase, but when it comes to the rest of the staff, they drag their feet. You're telling me that on a 13-point scale, we couldn't surpass a 0.1 when under a normal promotion, you would have passed it. It's pathetic, the worker lamented. The disgruntled workers said the staff is of the view that the management is unable to efficiently run the agency and they should hand it over to the Ministry of National Security, describing the agency as a cesspool of incompetence and stating that nothing works here. The employee said PICA stinks of incompetence and inefficiency. Meanwhile, Williams, when contacted yesterday and questioned as to whether he was aware that the staff was disgruntled over the reclassification exercise, said, "I can confirm that the staff is at work and the staff is working and we are providing the service to our customers as we speak." Asked further if he was aware that the staff was disgruntled over the reclassification exercise and was contemplating industrial action, Williams replied, "I would not venture to comment on that. What I can tell you is that the staff is at work and the staff is working." Additionally, he said he was not aware of any intention of the staff to do what had been relayed. In the meantime, Granville Valentine, General Secretary of the National Workers Union, which is representing the staff, declined to comment on the situation, but indicated that discussions are being had. Peace shattered after Rockfort quadruple murder. When a relative of Octavia Mendez Austin heard a number of explosions on Sunday night in Rockfort, East Kingston, she initially thought it was a form of celebration. The woman had only returned to the island hours earlier and thought peace was the order of the day. After all, she said that was Austin's dream. She said the 51-year-old had a special love for Jamaica, especially Oliver Road in Rockfort. His aim, she said, was to steer the youth from a path of violence, but that was not to be. Austin was cut down in a hail of bullets after a football match. His son Akira and the 3 other men were also killed. He decided that he wanted to come back to his country, although he is a resident of the United States. He was very kind and he was loved by everyone. Even his enemies loved him. I came to Jamaica Saturday night and he died Sunday. I don't think he knew that I was here. I knew he would come and look for me, she said. The woman said she learned of the shooting from persons overseas. She wiped a tear before she spoke about the devastation that the community is enduring. Everyone is heartbroken. We are human beings and the fear is going to come into us because he who was so loved was taken brutally like that. So we are fearful, but I live under the banner of the Almighty and I trust him, she said. As the news traveled through the embattled space, there were hardly any males in sight. A few females sat in small groups. Some said they only ventured outside their houses because the security forces remain within the area. Right now we are afraid, and if me hear the dog bark, me nervous. At the first me ever see something like this happen. Normally war go on, but at the first we see 5 dead one time. Them youth here no have no heart, and it's like them go school for shooting. Imagine one of the man them go under a car to save himself, and then pull him out and kill him, the resident said. Austin and another man, who the residents referred to as a John, were labeled the strongmen and the peacemakers. The place did peaceful, and the man we named John used to keep a treat every 2 weeks. You could carry your picnic and them enjoy themselves and them get them popcorn and ice cream. Right now, the children traumatized because them little idol gone. He was very good to them. Both Mendez and him was good people. Enough we don't send we children to school, one woman said. She theorized that persons who were opposed to having a peaceful community were responsible for the killings. And everybody want peace treaty. The place did come back really good. And look there. For sure you say a peace the man them say. No man never go to the match with gun because a peace them say, she said. Head of the Kingston Eastern Police Division, Superintendent of Police Tommy Lee Chambers, said no motive has been established for the deadly attacks and no one has been taken into custody. British woman facing cocaine charges remanded. A British woman who was reportedly held with cocaine inside several food items at Montego Bay's Sansar International Airport in August has been remanded in order for the St. James Parish Court to get her passport so her bail can be processed. Rachel Quall, who is charged with possession of, dealing in, and attempting to export 21 pounds of cocaine, got the new court date when she appeared before presiding judge Natisha Fairclough Hilton on Wednesday. The court was told that Quall, who was previously offered $800,000 bail on September 19, is still in police custody because her passport is currently in the possession of the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency. The forensic certificate is still outstanding, and that is the certificate to say whether or not this item was in fact cocaine. The matter is set for November 6, 2024, Fairclough Hilton told Quall. I will still offer you bail, but the clerk is having discussions so that the passport can be taken from PICA so we can process your bail, the judge continued before Quall was removed from the courtroom. Allegations are that on August 21, Quall checked in at the airport to board a flight to the United Kingdom. During a check of her luggage, several food items in her possession were searched and found to contain cocaine. The drug, which is said to have a street value of $45 million, was seized and Quall was taken into custody, following which she was formally charged. During Quall's previous bail hearing on September 19, her attorney, Priscilla Jennings, argued that her client had no knowledge of the cocaine because the items were sealed. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.